we'll go from here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Habatat Now. I'm your host, Aaron Shea, and thank you again for taking the time to join me. And we're going to visit Petra. I'm going to try it again, Petra, to make sure I pronounce it completely right. Here we go. Petra Cevacova. Tried my best. I hope I nailed it. Who is the daughter of Tomas Hlavicka and granddaughter of Pavel Hlava. She has been working with the glass material all her life, and we're honored to have her join us today to give us a glimpse into her career and what she's creating. We have a show up right now. She is our July Not Grandma's Glass presenter, and her exhibition is on artsy.net, which I believe I have sent everybody an invitation to. So if not, I'll share it during the talk. So without further ado, I'm going to take over your screens and start sharing my screen too, which hopefully will work now. So you should be staring at the car. Thumbs up if you are. Okay, great. So welcome, Petra, and thanks for joining us today. Click,
Hello,
click, click. So I want to make sure everybody is going to come to our 50th anniversary event this September 9th, 10th, and 11th. We have changed gears a bit for the event due to circumstances. Richard Jolly, artists, will be flying in to do a demonstration. And this year, we're going to be doing the world's first Habatat scavenger hunt. And we're going to travel to Flint, the Flint Institute of Arts in Flint, Michigan, to see the exhibition. They have another exhibition on display of ceramic artists, which we'll be promoting just for something to see, as well as a demo in their state-of-the-art glass blowing facility. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's looking forward to it. We look forward to seeing you then. We may have a special home tour scheduled too, which will be very interesting. Come visit. We look forward to seeing you then. This is the picture of the Habatat Vault, which will be opening that weekend. We're looking to get works to be placed in this for secondary market work. If you're thinking of selling something, there's no better place. In September, the digital show of the Glass Art Fair will open online on September 10th, and we'll have a VIP date for everybody to come see early. These are artists that can't send work in for the show due to the pandemic, so we're giving an opportunity to share and partnering with this fair. More to come. We have some great plans. I've talked to more artists about doing these Zooms, and people have been very excited and very warm about them. And those who attend can watch live, and they also go on YouTube forever. So it's a great resource. I'll mention again that next weekend there will be no Zoom. I'll be out of town, so enjoy yourselves. Take the weekend off, and I look forward to seeing you the weekend after. Opening next week, the show of Loretta Yang will be opening virtually on artsy.net for offering some of her editions via the website, and we'll send an email out for that. Fort Wayne, Indiana has an exhibition opening up of Lachazar Boyajev showing his career and work if you're in the area. And we'll be meeting with Charles Shepard and Lachazar later this month. On our trip to Flint, John Miller will have an exhibition up there, and we'll be part of seeing live, and he'll be with us. Be nice to walk around his show during the 50th, so plan for that. And Steve Lynn's show opens up September, the same weekend as the Habatat 50th, so we'll be visiting him virtually via Zoom with Charles to see his exhibition. So without further ado, this is Petra's show up on Not Grandma's Glass, but you can really see all the works along with pricing online right now on artsy.net. I will post a link in the chat and probably send you all a follow-up email after this. So without further ado, welcome Petra, and I will stop sharing my screen and let you take over. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Aaron, thank you for invitation to this exhibition.
More than welcome. Glad you can be here. Feel free to start sharing your screen. And we'll let you take over the back and forth, which will be great.
Should I say?
Yep, select share screen, choose which screen you want, and then press share. Hopefully we'll get rolling here. I do have a backup of her presentation on my robot just in case. Yes. And we are in business. Okay, perfect. Give that a click, and we're in full screen mode. Looking good.
So, again, my name is Petra Hrebackova, and I come from Czech Republic. In the beginning, I would like to say a few words about myself and my family because it's important to my work. I was born in Prague and I studied ceramics and porcelain design at the University of Applied Arts, Architecture and Design in Prague too. After studies, I spent several years producing ceramics and porcelain design in my studio. During that time, I slowly began to try working with glass. I had very close to this material because I grew up in a family with glassmaking tradition. My grandfather Pavel Hlava and father Tomas Hlavicka are well-known glass artists. During my childhood, I spent a lot of weekends at my grandparents' where I could see my grandfather at work. And I remember that sometimes I went to the studio and helped him to cut small cubes of glass. This environment was and still is very inspiring for me because father and grandfather have a different way of working and each of them use different technology. I share a glass workshop with my father, so we are in contact every day. We can discuss together and help each other. Of course, he is my great advisor. They become my teachers, and thanks to them and family background, I had an opportunity to learn technology and realize my own ideas. And now I am third generation, which continues in this tradition. This photo is from Enomoto Gallery in Yokohama in Japan, where we had the exhibition called Three Generations. I was a student at that time, and they were very interested because the family has always been very important to Japanese. Now I would like to show you a few photos in which you will see my journey from ceramic to working with glass. Of course, they are very different materials, so I had to change a little bit the way of thinking because ceramic or porcelain mass has a different properties and require a different way of working. You can see here ceramic object inspired by submarine plants. It consists of two parts. The upper part is cast porcelain and the lower part is the hand-shaped pottery. This is a teapot, yes, teapot called Dolphin, because the shape resembles the body of dolphin. It is made of porcelain. And this piece is a vase made of porcelain too, and there is a relief on the surface which resembles rippling grass. So this object is called Magnolia, and it was such a first swallow in my working with glass. It was an experimental object made of ceramic and glass. The ceramic parts I have made on potter's wheel and glazed, and I made Magnolia especially for international ceramic competition in Japan. And I have received honorable mention. And then I made a few more objects from glass on this topic, like this one. This is violet and it is blown glass with dark blue threads, and the bottom is cutted glued and polished colored glass. My early work was still influenced by work with ceramics and porcelain. These pieces are so-called tricolors, and these are two types of porcelain coffee cups with colored glass ears and saucers. And they are so named because it is white and two colors, and the first cup was made in the colors of Czech flag. I prefer utility design, and the tricolors are such a border or transition between design and art. On the next two photos, you can see the glass cups or goblets, which are among the first objects that I have made only of glass. It is such a look back. It is such a last look back because in the time I definitely left working with ceramics and I improved in glass craft, like cutting and polishing. I learned how glass optic works, how colors affect each other. and I started to use gold leaf too. So this is another piece. This is gold leaves inside. Glass cars are a special or strange category in my work. I don't understand cars, and I have never been interested in cars before. It started when I made a small glass car like a Christmas present for my husband, because he is very interested in cars. It was such a symbol of children toy, children games, and childhood memory. And later I use this topic and create other glass cars, but as a large objects. This is one of the cars I have made. The body of this car is made up of several parts. The white part with yellow or orange stripes symbolized cabin and creates a contrast to red and yellow parts, which is transparent, and colors are absorbed into each other.
This was the, we'll go back a second, will you, Petra, for a second? This car was the first piece sold from her exhibition too. And it was sold directly out of her studio, titled Pretty Fast. All right, thank you, Petra.
This is another one. This car was inspired by a racing car. And I have made about 6 or 7 cars. Oh, some
preview of the rest.
Yes. The basic element of my work is color. It is such my language in which I can express my feelings and moods. Nature is a great inspiration for me because I can find a lot of interesting shapes like leaves, flowers, butterflies, and many color combinations and shades there. Here I was inspired by the bird pinion. I always try to simplify the shape to maximum and let the color stand out. Yeah. This is a rose flower or rosebud, and I simplify the shapes to ring. I tried to capture the character of bud, and the overlapping of folding lines make an impression that the flower is hidden inside. This piece is made of opal milk and opal white glass, which I will talk about later. The violet part in the middle is melted, and I tell you an interesting story about this piece of glass. About 20 years ago, one glass vase of my grandfather was broken, and my father took the shards and melted it in the kiln into one piece. I found it in our storeroom 2 years ago when I made this object, and I saw that it is exactly what I'm looking for. So this piece of glass in the middle is a small memory of my grandfather's work. Like I said before, I often look for inspiration in nature. This is the image of a bird. If you look a little from the side, like on this photo, you will see that the composition of colored parts reminds feather. This is another view. I always try to keep the colors in harmony, and I want my objects make a good or pleasant feeling inside when you look at them. This object is called Nebula. I was inspired by observing or watching the night sky. Here are used folding lines again, so the object looks like camera sun visor. It makes a feel as you were hiding inside a camera and looking out through the sun visor, or as you were inside a telescope and watching the sky. Another view here, you can see the shape is ground inside and it makes a better optics. This piece is called Frozen, and it is made of opal milk glass. The idea of working with opal glass arose during the coronavirus crisis when I had to stay at home about half a year because the schools were closed and the children were at home on online teaching. So I had some time to think about my work. I already worked with opal milk glass before, and this kind of glass is very interesting to me with its properties. One of the properties is that this glass is not transparent, but is translucent. And I can edit how much the glass will be colored, that I put it into kiln, and depends on the temperature high. The higher the temperature, the whiter glass. Except opal glass, I use color glass that I insert between the opal parts. And again, it depends on the thickness of the glass. Where the glass is thinner, there is a color more visible. These are the opal boards that I use. They are about 50 centimeters long, and I cut it as I need. Before I made the first opal object, I had to make small models because I didn't know what the opal glass would look like, and I didn't know what the result would be. These are different color models. They are about 10 centimeters high. This is the part of our workshop. We have 2 diamond saws for cutting glass and several machines for different types of abrasives. Then we have 3 kilns. 2 of them are for ceramics, but we use it for glass now too. I do all work like cutting, polishing and gluing myself. I make the whole shape roughly, and the glass cutter make a final shape and polishing. This is another object made of opal milk glass. This glass has one interesting property, and it is that it changes color under different types of lighting, which you will see on the next photos. On the left side, the light shines from the front, and the opal glass is bright white, and the green color changed to blue. On the right side, the light shines from behind. White opal changed the color to orange yellow. The green color is still more blue, but we can see it in whole lower part.
Beautiful work.
This photo was made in the dark, but the light shines from below through glass desk. And the opal changed the color to orange, and the green color has a beautiful blue-green shades. And here the sunlight shines on the object, and the real green is visible. Next. What's wrong? Yeah.
There you go.
This object is one of the last pieces I have made. I create such a basic shape, very simple form. I worked mainly with colors. I didn't want the shape to be divided by colors, but I wanted the colors to change smoothly. I used same way of working like with opal glass. I insert one color between another one. In this case, yellow between red color. The thickness of individual color parts is different, and it makes a feeling that the colors change smoothly. So that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing today. I'm going to take, I want you to stop sharing if you can. I know I can figure that out on my end. There it goes. I appreciate you taking the time today, Petra, to give us a glimpse. And it goes to show your talent of your predecessors and how much time you've spent with them to realize the techniques and the depths and the materials that you use to create these things that are so beautiful. I will share my screen again just to show people quickly on the page for the artsy exhibition you have up. Many of the pieces you saw up here now with pricing that you're able to zoom or take a look at and zoom over to anytime you like. Some of the works are in our gallery, but most of them are still with Petra in her studio. They are incredible. Just the math required to laminate these works together just blows my mind. You can also see any of the artists from the Not Grandma's Glass presentation, which is up now. We're on, I think, month 7 as we get through the year. And I'm also looking forward to planning next year's exhibition. Next year's 2022, I'm working on selecting 8 new artists, and 4 of the artists from the previous year will be invited back. It should be a lot of fun to promote and to keep this thing going. If you have any questions about this work, feel free to contact me anytime. If you have any questions for Petra, you're welcome to ask now. I know many of you, include Bonnie here, have work in their homes of the artist, and I know that the Gold Times purchased a piece too, and a few other people. So I'm grateful to have you all join me today and take time out of your day. So thank you again for joining me.
Aaron?
Yes, Bob.
In 2007, Petra, I bought the piece Blue for Grandpa that you had on the screen. I bought it in your dad's studio in 2007.
That's so fun.
So, and I've had it on display in my house since then.
I think you said that you have and my grandpa and grandfather's pieces too.
Yes, I have your father's, and I have three wonderful pieces from your grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
So, but when I saw Blue for Grandpa, it just got me in my heart, and I bought it. And that was when you were just really starting in glass, I think. But it was beautiful. And it's right, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, thank you.
That's great, Bob. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that story. Well, that's great, guys, for being here today. And thank you. Hope you're all enjoying your pieces by Petra, should you have them. And if you don't, it's time to get one. Feel free to contact me anytime, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. Petra, thank you so much. This will be posted up on YouTube. And for those who haven't seen it, to share it. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and have a good one. See you next time.
Thanks,
bye-bye.
Aaron. Thank you, Petra.
Thank you, Petra.
Thank you to you all, and beautiful summer and beautiful holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you, Petra.
Bye. Bye.